Hey guys, it's Miss Caravelli. As you can see, am not in class. I had to leave right before sixth period started because Reeves is sick and she also has to get shots for her school, the immunization records or something like that. Anyway, so I am going to be recording what I did in my other classes today. Sorry, I tried to get it to where you could actually see me, but I think I need to update my computer or something. Not real sure. But anyway, I'm going to make this to where hopefully the sub just has to say, hey, go to announcements and watch the videos of Miss Caravelli, and it should tell you exactly what to do. But if there is a situation where you are confused about something, then reach out to me and I will try my best to email you as soon as I can. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is your bell work. So your bell work is going to be in the front of the room just like it always is in the basket. You're probably going to see 3 baskets, and I will put labels on them. So find the one that has a label of bell work, and it's going to look like what you're seeing on my screen right now is going to be a packet of this page, and then this page, and then this page. So as you can see, this is diagramming, and I don't think any of my classes, 6th or 7th period, I don't think that we have done any diagramming yet, which is great because we are going to start literally with the basics. And the reason for that is because there are some kids that, came from another school, and I know in public school, I don't think you diagram. I know I didn't. So I want to make sure that we all understand exactly what's going on. So here are some examples of just again, starting with the basics. This is just, I always call these the skeletons. This is just kind of your base, where you start from. So this line right here, this horizontal line, is called your baseline. And then you have this vertical line, which I just always call your cut-through line. So this line symbolizes that you have 2 main parts of your sentence, your subject and your predicate, which they wrote verb. So you have a baseline, and then you have subject on the left, and then verb on the right, and you have to cut through, okay? So look at this sentence, Michael ate. So Michael is your subject, ate is your verb. There's your cut-through line, there's your baseline. Notice a couple things. Notice that Michael's capitalized, but ate is not capitalized. Well, that's because you don't capitalize ate in your sentence. In your diagram, you only capitalize what is capitalized in your sentence. Something else you notice, there's not a period at the end. There's a period at the end of our sentence, but we do not put in punctuation in a diagram, so you leave that off. So fish, swim. Fish is my subject, swim is my verb. So I'm going to write fish right here, swim right here, no period, and I don't capitalize swim. Okay, the next thing is a compound subject. So a compound subject is when you have 2 or more subjects. So in this example, you just have 2 subjects. So this is called a rocket ship, and most of you are already familiar with that. The rocket ship is going to be pointed toward the right because that is where your subject is. So you write your subjects in the same order that they are written in your sentence. So subject number 1 on top, subject number 2 on bottom. Now I want you to look at this. This is wrong. So where they have conjunction outside of the point, the conjunction is supposed to go inside the point. If you look at the dry erase board by the Promethean, I wrote the examples down that are on this page, and I wrote it correctly with the conjunction inside of the point. So just don't forget that. Another thing, your cut-through line. When you have your cut-through line with a rocket ship, notice that the cut-through line does not touch the point of the rocket ship. So you've got to give yourself a little bit of space before you do your cut through. And you don't need to have a million dotted lines, but notice that this is dotted. It is not just a line. It's going to be a dotted line. So first subject, second subject, conjunction inside the point. Give yourself some space, cut through line, and then your verb. So look at this example. Paul and Bill play. Paul is the subject, Bill is the subject, compound subject, joined by the conjunction and. They're both capitalized because they're both proper nouns. So Paul is right here, Bill is right here, and we know and is going to go inside the point, not outside like they did. That is not right. They gave themselves a little bit of space, cut their line, verb, no period. Okay, next is compound predicate. Same thing, except you're going to have a rocket ship go in the opposite direction. So right here you have the subject pointing to the right, this compound predicate you have pointing to the left. So one subject, cut their line, some space, rocket ship. First verb, second verb, again, conjunction is going to go right here. So Beth reads and writes. Beth is my subject, reads is a verb, writes is a verb, and is my conjunction. Subject, cut their line, a little bit of space, point, verb, verb, we know and is going to go right here. Now, What if you have a compound subject and a compound predicate? Well, it's just what you would think. You would have 2 rocket ships. So you draw your subject rocket ship, your verb rocket ship, give a little bit like extend your line here, cut through line, conjunction inside, and then same thing. So you can look at this example. Now, what if you have an understood subject? So that means if you had like an imperative sentence, a command or request. Like if I said, get out your homework. I'm not saying a subject, but that is understood that I'm talking to the class or to you. So if you have an understood you or an understood subject, you're going to put the pronoun you in parentheses, lowercase, where the subject would go. So right here, sit with an exclamation point. That is an imperative sentence. It's a command or request. Really, it's a command. So we're talking to someone, but we don't have a subject, so you're just going to put you, lowercase, in parentheses, and you're going to capitalize sit because that is the first word of your sentence. Okay, so after you have watched this part, go ahead, make sure that you've gotten your bell work and you can have it beside you, and then you need to diagram page 3. So number 5 is done for you. So you're going to diagram 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. I'm trying to think. Okay, this one, number 8. Some people were confused on number 8, and let's think about why. Well, it's because there's a but right here instead of and. Well, but is still a conjunction. So if you have 2 subjects or 2 verbs with a conjunction, which means a fanboy, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, is the same thing. You're going to have a rocket ship. You're just going to have that particular conjunction inside of the point. Okay, when you're done with that, you're going to go to this page, page 4. You're going to diagram all of these. Now, there are 2 things that are different on this page. The first thing, number 3. Look at number 3 and think about what's different. Okay, what's different is that it's a compound subject, but you have 3 instead of 2. So all you're going to do is do your subject rocket ship, and you're just going to put another line in the middle. If you look at my board beside the Promethean board, you can see in that second example, I drew a black line in the middle. That would be like if you had 3 subjects, and you would just put them in the same order. Alexis, then Pam, then Lee, extend your line, and then you'd have your verb. Another thing that's different, and they did this right here for you, will work and will dance. Will is a helping verb. Helping verbs help action verbs. So if you have a helping verb and an action verb, that's called a verb phrase. That is not a compound predicate. So you put those together on the same line. Just think about it. If a helping verb helps something, well, it needs to be beside whatever it is that it's helping. So Charles and William will work. That's a compound subject. We know and should go right here. So rocket ship extended their line, cut their line. Will work is a verb phrase, helping actions. They just go in the line together. Okay, so when you're done page 3, you're going to do page 4. When you're done with that, I want you to go back to the front of the room, and you're going to see a basket that says vocabulary, and you're going to see your new Unit 9 vocab list. It's going to say Wednesday, March 9th at the top. That is when your quiz is going to be. That sounds like a long way away, but February is a short month, so it's not that far away. So get that sheet after you've done 3 and 4 under bell work and put that in a sheet protector. If you don't have a sheet protector, then you can put that in your binder. It has holes punched in it. Then you're going to go back up to the front, or you can just get these all at the same time. Doesn't matter to me. And you're going to get the adjective packet. So it is going to look like this is going to be the first page. I think I put an X on this exercise because you're not doing this exercise. This is where the chapter starts with the adjective. So what I need for you to do, I want you to read through these notes, and then you are going to get right here to exercise 4, and you are not going to number your paper. You are just going to highlight or circle, whatever you want to do. Just highlight it. Highlight the noun or the pronoun that the adjective is modifying. So they already did the hard part for you. They italicized the adjective. So extraordinary is an adjective. Well, what is extraordinary describing? It's describing craze. Craze is a noun in this sentence, so I would highlight noun. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and go back over what an adjective is. So we should know that an adjective is a word used to modify a noun or a pronoun. You need to highlight that. Adjectives are words used to make the meaning of a noun or a pronoun more definite. Words used in this way are called modifiers. So we talked about this last week. An adjective modifies nouns or pronouns, describes, and you can refer to adjectives as modifiers. Okay, on this page, these are the things that adjectives can tell you. They can tell you what kind, highlight that, which one, highlight that, How many? Highlight that. So what kind? Blue ink. What kind of ink? Blue ink. Blue is your adjective. Old friends. What kind of friends? Old friends. Old is your adjective. Strong winds. What kind of winds? Strong winds. Strong is your adjective. Which one? This, these, that. These words should sound familiar to you because when we learned about pronouns, we learned about demonstrative pronouns. These are demonstrative. We're just missing those. So this, that, these, and those can also be called demonstrative adjectives. So off to the side, I want you to write demonstrative adjectives. And I also wrote this note on the board, the same board where the diagrams are located. So if you do not know how to spell demonstrative, you can look there and you can see the way that I wrote that note down and write that right here in your white space. Okay, the next one right here, off to the right, I want you to write predicate adjective. And again, I wrote this note on the board if you don't know how to spell it. So what that means is a lot of the times your adjective comes before the noun or the pronoun that it describes, but not always. When you have a predicate adjective, that means you have an adjective that is coming behind a linking verb and it's describing your subject. So predicate adjective is not just an adjective in the predicate. It has to come after a linking verb and then refer back to your subject. So the sky was cloudy. Cloudy is an adjective. Okay, so what is cloudy describing? It's describing the sky. Was is a linking verb, so it's linking cloudy back to sky, our subject. So that is a predicate adjective. That joke is clever. Clever is an adjective. What is clever describing? It's describing the noun joke. It's behind a linking verb is, so clever is a predicate adjective. Okay, now articles. Your articles are a, an, and the. So off to the right or down here, I want you to write the word articles, underline it, and I want you to put a, an, and the. And I'm also going to write this on the board. Beside a and an, I want you to write indefinite, and that word is right here. Beside the word the, I want you to write definite. So a and an are indefinite articles, and the is a definite article. What does that mean? That just means that when you're indefinite, we know in means not. So you're not definite. If I say there is a sticky note on the floor, that's not any particular sticky note, it's just a sticky note. But if I say there is the sticky note on the floor, then that makes you think, oh, well, that is like obviously the particular one that we were looking for, the definite sticky note. So it's a definite article. And then I want you to highlight right here where it says the sound of the noun, not the spelling, determines which indefinite article will be used. Also highlight a and an are indefinite articles. They refer to one of a general group. Highlight a is used before words beginning with a consonant sound, and is used before words beginning with a vowel sound. So just like you highlighted down here, H in hour, like H is a consonant, but when you say the word hour, it sounds like you're starting with a vowel. It's a vowel sound, so you would still use the article an instead of a. Okay, and then again, you're going to do exercise 4. So what you're doing in class today, again, you can stop this video at any time and like pause and work. You are reading those, looking over those notes on your diagramming sheet. You're diagramming pages 3 and 4 with a pencil. Also, I do have people that are very OCD about their lines and their diagramming. If you look in the front of the room, there is a tub that says rulers. You can get a ruler, just please put it back. Like I said, some people are just really OCD about their lines, and I'm okay with that. So you're going to diagram, then you're going to make sure you have a vocab sheet and it's in your binder. You are then going to read, like follow along this video and read over the notes and highlight the things you need to highlight, and then complete exercise 4. If you finish all of that and there's still time, I need for you to go to announcements on Canvas and you will see a Quizlet for Unit 9, and I need for you to review that for your new word list. And then after that, if there's still time, you can just treat the rest of the class like a study hall. You do not need to be playing games. You need to be working on something for a class. And just reach out to me if you have any questions. Love y'all, and I will see you tomorrow.